Today we're going to be reviewing this Andeman EV wall charger.
And it can do 10 kilowatts.
Next on Now Let's Review. Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
You're watching Now Let's Review, and we've got an Andeman EV wall charger. This retails for $3.99. I found it on Amazon. Oftentimes there's a coupon, so make sure you check for that. There's other versions of this. There's ones that come with an actual plug on the end. This one does not. So that's one thing I want you to be aware of when you're looking for, when you're looking for an EV wall charger, make sure that you get the one that fits your needs. Now in this case, you're either gonna have to wire up a male plug, which I don't think you actually wanna do on this charger, and we'll talk about why. This is probably more likely gonna get wired right into a box. Now, if you feel like you can do that, or you have an electrician or a friend who can do that, great. Otherwise, maybe you wanna stick with one that has the plug. Oh, and I'm waving around this RFID card. We're gonna show you that in a minute. So the first thing is, let's go outside and let's see how this works.
And look.
Oh, blue light.
Welcome to Use AC Charging Equipment. Swipe card/app to start charging. Nice. We have a button. E-stop fault. Cool, so I can turn it off. And then it's ready to charge as soon as we use the thingamajig.
Awesome, it worked. All right, so we're hanging the plate in the back.
So I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know why it's acting this way. I can definitely feel like I push it, but it doesn't make it go down anymore. So I can't pull that out, and I can't pull the top out, but I can push it up.
So these must have gone in.
Yeah, which means that we're really close.
All right, so I mean, it seems to go in and go down, and that means that when it's down,
You can sometimes not pull out the bottom. Try pulling out the bottom.
now I can, so we're not in at the bottom. So I think I see the problem. I think that this isn't locking on the side properly.
That's so weird.
It's just a very tricky little spot. So I guess what I want to say is, it's poorly designed, poorly implemented. Like, that won't come off this way, but I can just shove it up right now.
Yeah.
I can just take it off if I was a thief.
All right, well, let's put it on and see if it'll charge.
All right, so we got a green light, so let's plug it in and see how it charges. Usually that turns green.
Okay. Oh, I know. You need this.
Oh, the RFID card.
Yes.
Right, okay, great. So I'll just wave that in front of here. And wait, it says welcome to use AC charging equipment. Swipe card/app to start charging. I mean, I am swiping the card.
Okay. They gave us another card. You want to try that one?
All right, here's the other card.
Okay. Now you gotta push. You gotta like hold it.
I think we need the app. To download the app, we have to we have to use this. Yeah, it looks like you have to bind the card to the thing.
Oh, I see. So these haven't been bound yet.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's a little annoying if you want to start charging.
All right, so I logged into my app where I've got a bunch of smart switches and stuff. All right, so it looks like it found the charger.
Oh yeah, that looks like a little charger.
And it says 50 amp. So one device being added. Okay, done. All right, so now it says charging pile, insert, swipe right to charge.
Okay. Oh, screen's doing something.
Yep, we're getting 234 volts. Charging power is going up from 1 to 2 to 3 kilowatts. The current's going up from 15 amps to 18 amps to 20 amps. It says draw your gun if you need to stop charging.
No way.
Voltage is up to 227 and the amperage is up to 46.
Nice.
It's drawing 10.4 kilowatts at the moment. We've already put in 0.05 kilowatt hours. And so it says that we're charging the Rivian.
Let's go see what the Rivian says. This says 9.9 kilowatts. That's pretty fast. So yeah, the card still doesn't work. What do we got to do? What's the app? What was the manual tell us?
If the cards stay on the logo area more than 15 seconds, the charging station enters plug charge mode. In this mode, the charging station will start without swiping card. When you swipe the card again for 15 seconds, it will switch back to swipe mode, at which point you need to swipe the card before charging it.
Oh, wait, we just put the cards in the wrong spot.
Oh, where do you put them?
I thought it was the glowing circle.
Where do you put them? Oh. That stops it. End of the charging. In the charging.
In the charging. Perfect.
All right, so as you can see there, I didn't realize where the RFID reader was.
It's right over the name here.
It's right over the name. I played too many video games. You go for the big glowy round thing.
Right.
But no, it's up here.
So it comes with 2 RFID cards. And, you know, I guess if this suits your needs, like if this isn't a place where you don't want your neighbors to use it, you know, you could make sure that only you and your friends have the card.
The nice part is without any sort of app or anything like that, you can shut this off.
Right.
So if you hold this here for 15 seconds, which is a long time, but it's only 15 seconds, it will deactivate needing to use the cards. And I believe you just hold this up for another 15 seconds if you want to turn it back on.
Right, and that's a nice feature. So if you know your mother-in-law is coming over or whatever, and you want her to be able to charge, you could just have it be free for when she's there.
So yeah, if somebody's visiting or if you're going on vacation and you don't want somebody who realizes that you went on vacation stealing your electricity, you could simply turn that on for when you're on vacation. But then when you come back, you shut it off. So that way when you come home, you can just plug right in.
I actually thought the app was really cool because it showed you how many kilowatt hours were being drawn, and it showed you how many kilowatts and stuff, so that's pretty cool. As you saw there with the Rivian, we were pulling over 10 kilowatts going in, and that's a lot of juice, and that's because it's a 50 amp charger. So I want to talk about the wiring, how it's built, and so forth. So it's EVTL certified. That is not the same as UL. It's a different certification group, but that's good to see. That means that the parts are
Certified by somebody.
The cables seem really strong. We're actually leaving the plastic on them, and I'm going to tell you why we're doing that in a minute.
Okay.
But these are 10 gauge AWG, and so that's really good to see. It's a nice cable, and there's a fair amount of flex to it.
Yeah, and it's a heavier duty cable because a lot of electricity can go through it.
25-foot long charging cable.
Yep, which is pretty long.
Yeah, it might be too long in my opinion. Sometimes it depends on your use case. 25 feet means you can get it to a lot of places, but it also means you have to do something with the cable. They did give you this so that you can hang the cable from it and plug the charger in, so that's cool. You can find a good spot for that.
And I think that this was an excellent use case for an electric truck. Electric trucks are much thirstier than your typical Model 3 sedans. Big surprise, go figure, because trucks are bigger and heavier.
So a little tip here, take the size of your battery. Let's say it's a 130 kilowatt hour battery. This thing can feed in 10 kilowatts per hour. So in 13 hours, you could go from 0 to 100. Now, most of the time, you're not gonna be at 0 and you're not gonna wanna go to 100, but this shows that overnight, even a big truck could charge up.
And so this is a very powerful charger despite its size. I'm very impressed with the size of it compared to how much power. Let's talk about the business end for a second. Looks to be all plastic construction, including the little trigger here. As we talked about before, these can break off,
Especially if you drop it.
If you drop it. If you're not a Butterfingers and you don't think that you're gonna drop it, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Still works even without this, but if you pull it out while you're charging, it can lead to arcing, which is not good. Other than that, you get a little rubber cap. I don't expect that to last more than maybe 3 years, but overall, pretty decent.
Let's talk about the installation. So you saw us kind of struggling there, and that is because we figured out it's this little piece. It was cold out, and I think what happened is this didn't get pushed all the way in until it sat there for a minute, and then finally it did, and this is the only piece that's gonna keep someone from ripping this off the wall.
Right, so the way that this works is on the back side here, this goes on just like this, and then you'd slide it down the wall, and it's supposed to click in. Oh, I'm even getting it to fail there. So you can see that, yeah, that piece isn't particularly strong, and then all you would do is take a little something, stick it in there, and that will allow you to slide it off the wall. It's pretty clever because not many people are gonna know to do that if they were trying to steal it, but the plastic case plus the plastic connections means they could rip it off the wall if you live in a place where that's a problem. Of course, if your car is plugged in, it won't allow you to do that, so you don't have to worry about that.
So it is IP66 waterproof, so that's pretty good. It can be mounted outside, or you could mount it inside your garage. And so let's get into the protections that are built in, because a lot of times that's the stuff you don't see, but you're putting a lot of amperage through this thing and you don't want it to catch on fire. So it's got 12 types of safety. It's got the ETL certification we talked about. It's FCC certified. It's got type 4 IP66, lightning protection, leakage protection, over voltage protection, over current protection, over charge protection, short circuit protection, under voltage protection, battery cell protection, and over temperature protection. So it's good to have all those in there. They're basically little sensors, and if something gets too hot, instead of it just burning and melting on the side of your house, it will shut off.
Yep, which is good.
So pros and cons, I like the green light. It's just kind of cool. But I didn't like that they didn't take the extra time to get the translations right. If you're going to sell this in the American or English-speaking market, you shouldn't say things like draw your gun to shut it off or whatever. Like it's just silly. It doesn't make you feel confident in a product that you spent $400 on.
True. But let's talk about the screen. The screen was nice and easy to read. It was fairly bright, which I thought was good. Told you all the information that you would ever want to know.
It was really easy to hook the app up to.
Yeah, let's talk about the app for a second. So it uses the
Smart Life app.
Smart Life app, and you just so happen to already have the Smart Life app because you have already bought some cheap outlet switches stuff, smart home stuff, and so you already had the Smart Life app. It's a pretty decent app. It can integrate with Google.
Yeah.
So I think you would be able to tell Google to start charging this.
Exactly.
And even set up a routine where either at a certain time of night or when you say like ready for bed or whatever, Google would be able to actually start charging your car.
The other thing with the app is you can tell it to not use the whole 50 amps. So if you want to charge at a lower amperage setting, either because to make your, save your battery or because you just don't want to draw that much current, you can do that. It doesn't have to pull the full 50.
All right, so now let's talk about price and other options that Andeman sells.
For $399, you're getting this 50 amp charger. I also saw that they have a charger that comes with the pre-wired plug. I think it's a 30 amp for $199. But again, when you're on Amazon, if that's where you're buying it from, make sure you look for the coupons because I oftentimes see those and you kind of forget to check that little box and save yourself some money.
So you may have seen us charging right next to a big Ford charger. That charger can do 60 amps and that one costs around $1,000.
Right.
It has a couple of other hidden features, the Ford one, where you can charge your house with it and stuff like that. So it's not exactly the same thing, but for about $400, this does quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I remember back in 2015 when we bought our first Bosch EV charger. That was our first experience with EV charging. It was how many amps?
It was 30 amps and I think it was $600 or $700.
So,
and it was a much bigger package with just a lot of air inside.
I'm just happy that as we've moved forward in time, we've started to see smaller and more affordable units that can do more stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is not portable by any means, so this is just meant for mounting on your wall, but if this is what you need, a lot of juice, it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, the other thing to keep in mind though is that your house needs to have the wiring available for it.
Yeah, you're gonna want a 60 amp circuit for the 50 amps. The reason for that is you need overage because most circuits are designed to only work for a few minutes at a time. Like,
running a washing machine, running a hair dryer. They aren't expecting you to be pulling 50 amps of current
for 8 hours
continuously, for 8 or 13 hours. And so a lot of that stuff will tend to heat up. So you do want a larger circuit, and that means that a pretty large circuit in a house. Houses in the United States are anywhere from 50, rarely are they 50 amp.
Yeah, most are 100
service.
amps today.
So like 100, 200, or 400 amp service. So just see what you have, check out your sub panels, talk to an electrician if you need to. Overall though, this is pretty interesting to me.
Yeah. The other thing I just want to mention, if you're an electrician out there, if you aren't already installing EV chargers as part of your business, what are you waiting for? This should be a big part of your business because there's a lot of people out there who need your services. And if you were to buy these and then install them yourself, that would be really smart because a lot of people out there don't even know what to choose.
Go get a piece of plywood, get a couple of different chargers. Maybe you choose this one. You can check out all of our reviews if you want to find one that you like. Mount these to the wall. They don't have to work. Everyone knows what charging an EV looks like. And so you have this you pull it out of your van and you say, okay, well, here are the different chargers. The person gets to go, oh, let me see. Oh, I like this one.
I
like
this
that
in
one.
black, not in white.
Can I get this in blue? I think that that's going to be a huge sales tactic. And here's the thing. If you're an electrician and you have a slow day, go driving around, look in people's driveways, see if you see any electric cars, and see if they're using a mobile connector. If they're using a mobile connector, you got them.
Or hang outside of a Tesla dealership and just follow them home.
Exactly. Anyway, this is a pretty good charger. We're going to be giving this charger away.
That's right. We give a lot of our stuff away, and so thanks for watching till the end. If you go over to our Patreon, so patreon.com/nowyouknow, you can not only support us for as little as $1 a month, and that helps support our other shows that we do, like Tesla Time News every week, but it supports us over here on Now Let's Review. And you get a chance to win stuff. So we'll have this listed there, right into the posting, why this is good for you, because we don't want to give it to you if it's not a good fit. And then we will draw out of a hat from those listings, and you might win it, like many other people have won before.
So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Now Let's Review.